Hello, hello, hello.
Hey everyone.
It's been a minute since you've
It's
heard
been
from
it's
us.
been an hour. It hasn't been a minute. It's been an hour.
Yeah, an hour, a day, a week, a month. It's been a long
I don't
ass
know.
time, whatever, however we want to frame it.
Exactly. But here we are. Little bit different
And
view, little bit different system. Lot of different things here. So we just wanted to kind of update everybody on where we are at and where we're going, I guess.
yeah, it's the story so far is that in February we recorded a video letting you guys know we had some big doings, things that we were working on behind the scene, which we are still working on behind the scene, by the way. And we plan to release our top 20, which actually ended up becoming our top 25 because we couldn't pick all the episodes. And this was the week we were planning on being back and back to our regular recording podcasting schedule. It's not quite
And
how
we're
it worked. So, Serena, do you want to explain a little bit about like where you're at? Because obviously you're not sat next to me like people are. If you're watching, if you're listening, you're like, I've no idea what's going on at this point. If you're watching the video, going, it looks a little different. You want to give people like a quick summary of the last few months from your perspective?
Yeah, the last few months I have been in Wisconsin. I was only supposed to be in Wisconsin for a couple of weeks, and I'm still here. Yay. Trying to make the best of it. And this is not
Nothing
as
against
planned.
Wisconsin.
Yeah, nothing. We're in Madison. We really are trying to enjoy ourselves and experiencing what we can. And when you make plans and then they go awry, there's feels that go with those. So there's lots of feels here, a couple months of feels, and we didn't want that to stop what we were doing. Claire and I are still very much in the universal needs together and in the podcast together. We're just in different locations. I have started a new journey, which has been in the works for, well, since before I even went to Key West, so about 8 years now, that my husband and I are back on the road full time, traveling, doing work, camping stuff. Well, that's the plan. Right now, we're still in Wisconsin. I've traveled from Key West to Wisconsin. Here I've stayed. So basically, we are hopefully in the next week or so going to be going to our next destination, and then from there, our next destination. There's going to be a little bit of moving around, a little bit of up in the air on where my location is going to be, and the joys of internet and whatnot. We're still going to try and make sure that we all stay connected.
Yeah, absolutely. So, so the plan, as Serena was saying, was for, she thought she was going to be like well on her way on her new adventure right now. Not quite how it's panned out. And so we were just discussing this morning because we're now at the point where we've done our top 25 and we really wanted to be back and doing our regular podcasts. But obviously with the situation that's kind of in flux at Serena's end, planning right now is a little challenging, and planning to go back to doing weekly podcast recordings little challenging. So together we've come up with a kind of little compromise. The idea is that we're going to try and get back to our regularly scheduled programming, so to speak, in September. We're not sure when in September yet, but the idea is it will be in September at some point. But between now and then, what we're going to try and do is create some little needs nugget episodes, where these are going to be shorter, bite-sized episodes, where we're a little bit more focused on a particular subject or topic, in order that we can still connect with you, start sharing again on the podcast, get back into our recording groove, without the kind of pressure to record a sort of 30 to 60-minute episode every single week while this transition period is still happening. So that's our plan, is that we are going to be releasing those over the next few weeks. And then as soon as we are able to, we will step back into our regular podcast world, because we have a lot of episodes to record. One thing that has not stopped in this period of time is the list of episodes to record has continued to grow almost exponentially, I would say, over the last couple of months with everything we've both experienced.
Content is never at a loss for us in this world and with what we do, and especially now with all of the things going on in all of the areas and trying to make it all work together, like the, you know, odd-edged adult puzzle we're all trying to put together in our own lives. We've definitely it's been an adventure, that's for sure, and we want to make sure you're still on it with us. It's important to us
absolutely
to remain connected and to get the information that we have out there, because we know that it can be useful for many people, and even though we can't go down every rabbit hole every time, there should be some,
as much as Serena would really like to.
I was going to say there should be some ability for me to contain myself. It may be a timer. Who knows what it's going to really look like, but we just want to make sure that we're still, we're still out there, and that that we're still out here, and we still want to hear from you, and we still care.
Absolutely. And just to give you guys an update, things are tracking along very nicely as far as the re-recording of our signature the review of our signature program that we are going to be making available as an online self-study. That is still very much in progress. We've done one round of testing since we last recorded, and the good news is it went amazingly well. The better news is that it generated a lot of new content. The less so great news is it means there's more work for us to do before we can actually record it. So we are very much in the throes of still doing that. We thought we were going to be in a different point in the process by this point, but life be lifing. And so we're kind of rolling and flowing with it as it does. So the good thing is that is there is a lot of progress is happening there. And I have to say that going through it again with the new content and everything, I'm so excited to share it. Like, I cannot wait until we're at the point where we can get this out there, because like there are even times where I'm going through it, I'm like, damn, this is good. Like, there's some good stuff in this.
When we were delivering it, there were times it's like, yeah, like, I'm glad we put this in here. And it's like, well,
yeah,
nobody else knows that it wasn't. Like, it's been very exciting, and I mean, it's a lot. And I think once the program comes out, like, people who are following us, they're like, what is taking these ladies so long with this thing? And it's like, I think you'll be able to be like, oh,
you'll say,
okay. Like,
and we
do nothing
Serena
small.
and I have a date that once this is all done and together and we're ready, we're going to go back. We're going to have a bottle of wine, maybe one in each location, and we're going to go back and we're going to review the very first version of the program that ever existed. I'm sure we're going to be mortified because it is like, it's not recognizable. It's not recognizable as the same program it was a year ago, let alone X number of years ago when it first. So we're going to have some fun with that. The other thing I was going to say to you is that if you are listening, and as you know, we always ask for your questions and the topics and the things that are going on, and obviously know that we still have some that have been requested that are still in our pipeline to record, and also, like, times are changing. There's lots going on in the world right now. If there's something in particular where you're like, this is really relevant to where I'm at right now, I could use some help with this right now, please do reach out to us via our social media, send us an email, visit the website, theuniversalnews.com. and just let us know what exactly it is that would be most helpful for you to hear about. And if we can find a way of fitting that into a needs nugget, we will do our best to record that so that we can get that information out to you as well. Is there anything I'm forgetting? Anything else I should be sharing?
No, actually, the whole make sure you let us know if there's something you want to hear. I'll just double down on that. Yes, please do, because these needs nuggets are going to be a perfect opportunity for something to be very kind of streamlined. And if you have a question, you just want your question answered, these are going to be kind of potential. We don't know exactly what this is going to look like. And I'll be completely honest with you on that. It
We're
may
all
look
gonna
like a
find
million
out
different
together.
Right. It may look like a million different things all put together, but I just want to let people who are listening know that like we're willing to do different things as well. So like if you have a question, just put out the question. We don't have to create an entire, if you're like, this is an entire episode worth of question, but if we have an answer for you, we'd love to share it. Like,
absolutely. And often it's those small questions. I have to say that that's one of the beauty and the downside of our program is that taking clients through it is that every single client I take through it will ask a question. I'm like, oh, that's a really good question. We need to add that into the content. So like there's no such thing as a silly question. There's no such thing as a question that's too, I had an alarm going on in the background. I mean, we are definitely doing this casual and you get what you like. What you see is what you get right now. That's the reason we haven't done the thing with all the backings that we would normally do. This is where we're at right now. We're wanting to be real with you and say, hey, things are not as we expected them to be, and we're back ish. And we really look forward to kind of restarting these conversations again, getting back involved, and getting back to our regular podcasting as soon as we can. Anything you want to add, Serena?
No, I'm good.
Awesome. Well, so thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Please do let us know the things that you want to hear about from us and where you are right now. We will be back very shortly with our first Needs Nugget episode. And between now and then, stay safe, take care of yourself, and continue to meet your own needs. Lots of love. Bye.
Bye, friends.